Yo, yo, yo. Alright, so I'm playing this $11 1.5K, and I'm running pretty deep in it actually. Not super deep, but there was 219 started and 61 are left, and I'm in 9th. So obviously the goal is to make the final table and win, but obviously it's not as easy as it sounds, so I just gotta hope that I run well, play well, all the above. I'm just gonna do my thing and hopefully some good comes out of it. You guys can't see HUD stats, but I will be sure to explain my thought process and all of that, so that those of you watching this video, I'm pretty sure no one's gonna come watch the live version. Those of you watching this video will understand my thought processes and just kind of like what I was thinking. Anyways, here we go. 31K stack at 300, 600, so I'm 50 bigs deep, which is great for an online tournament. I just love these structures. I mean, they give you so much room to play, and it's great. Obviously, some of these guys don't have as much room to play, but they're gonna get there. Some of them will, some of them will bust. Hopefully, I'm taking all these chips. I'm actually playing 2 other tables with this, but I'm only streaming these. Okay, so we get a shove, and obviously we're just gonna fold, because that's what we do. We don't play 10-3 offs. Hate this time bank stuff. Alright, there we go. I don't know if Mr. John is actually trying to waste time, but it is far too early to do that. I'll keep you up to speed on what's going on with the lobby and how many are left or whatever. So there's 59 left, and like I said, 30 are paid. And late reg just ended. So Jack and 9 of hearts. It's a fun hand. The problem is Del Griffin has been playing very, very tight. I did try to 3-bet him light once. It didn't work, because I guess he had it. So I am just going to... Well, the plan is, if everyone folds, just shoving the cash in play. He's got just under 10 bigs, and if I do get called, I have 2 good cards that can flop well. And so I think cashing plays had enough of me doing this, but we're gonna do it anyways. I think this is too strong of a hand just to fold blind versus blind. Oh my gosh, he called. Wow. That's so sick. It's like the bottom of my range there too. Right at the very bottom, but it's pretty down there. I'm actually surprised he called. I don't even know what to think about that. That sucks. I don't even say that I like the call necessarily, but I guess it worked out. I still think the shove was the right move there, because in tournaments you have to be picking up those blinds. You have to keep chipping up. We got to find good profitable spots to do it, and I think any chart or like any, you run the numbers, it'll show you that 9 jack suited is a profitable shove when effective stacks are like 10 bigs. So, I mean, whatever, it's cool. Just unlucky that he had one of the hands that dominated me. That's how it goes sometimes. And this guy won't ever bust. He's been sitting out for a while now. Alright, so blinds are up to 350 and 700, which means we have a lot less big blinds now. We have around just above 35, so definitely we're gonna want to tighten up maybe a little bit. This Seema guy is an aggressive big stack player, and I'm kind of worried about him having position on me because I know he's going to be playing back at me a lot. But I'm on my not reg name. I usually play on PPV grind. We're playing on Donk It Up grind today. And I mean, people have seen that name before, but for the most part, it is not as well known as PPV. So a lot of these players aren't going to do anything to me to like mess with me, if that makes sense. So for that, I am glad. Unless they would do their research, find me on pocket fives and figure out that I am in fact the easy grind, then that could be bad. That is disgusting. I literally went all in on one of my other tables, and I had the guy covered by one chip, so I'm going to be sitting here with one chip. Okay, so it looks like tables just broke, so we have 54 left. I'm sitting in 15th after that, which sucks. But we're going to do our best just to grind through it. Do fun stuff. Wow, walk. Maybe he's not as aggro as we think. Who knows? 4-5 off. It's so tempting just raising this dude's big blind. It's already like he's gonna fold. That's pretty obvious that he is actually. Well, it's not obvious. He may surprise me at all. In fact, I am going to give him a nit tag right now. Of course, you guys can't see the HUD stats, but he's literally playing 10% of hands, which is like super low. Hey, you guys know a lot about HUDs. He's very straightforward is what it looks like. So of course I'm just gonna sit here and roll with him. Hopefully he doubles up. I love when nits have chips. And weird early position raise and then fold to the 3-bet shove, so I guess it wasn't strong. I am playing kind of tight aggressive. A little bit, I don't know, like I'm playing 22% of hands. My opening percentage is 22. My pre-flop raising percentage is 18. Like 3-bet 10% of hands, which 10% of hands is actually a pretty good amount. And I just think that 3-betting is kind of key to being successful at these tournaments, especially as like it progresses into the tournament. So I still feel like I haven't 3-bet enough. I feel like I've gotten a good amount of hands. I feel like I can definitely ramp up the pressure a little bit more and maybe throw in some 3-bets. pick one candidate, Del Griffin obviously is the dude I'm gonna be looking to 3-bet light a lot. He's pretty tight, but just 3-betting in position, I think, is just one of the best things ever. Let's see if this guy finally loses. Okay, that should be it. Never say never. Thank God. He is gone. Now if Mr. John, I actually want him out because he's playing super slow and it's not fun. If he shoves here, I have to call him with 9-3 off because I'll be priced in and stuff like that. So I really think this is bad for those of you who do it. Like, I just think 3x. I mean, if you're going to 3x on this stack, especially under the gun, just don't fold when you get 3-bet. I just think that's bad, and I think you may as well have just min-raised and then found out where you're at and then folded. I just think putting in the extra blind is kind of costly. I mean, I get it that like people will defend their big blind wide and stuff, but I mean, then you're just playing post flop in position. I mean, you shouldn't be afraid to play post flop. Again, I think, especially in these $11 tournaments, the post flop edge that you could have is huge, and that's where you're going to get the most chips. And I think that's where I succeed the most, is post flop play. I think pre flops off, like you saw here against cash and play, is not fun. Okay, yeah, he decides to get it in. Eights, eights. Ooh. Run better. It really pisses me off when I just see some of these guys just do that. Especially guys that always do that. Like, I'm pretty sure he runs pretty well. So it is kind of tilting. You know, what can you do? 3x, I have a6. I'm just gonna dump it. I hate a6. Even suited. Alright, well, it looks like my other tournaments are going bad, so it looks like we'll get to focus on this. Yay. Hopefully make the money. I ran deep in the 10K, $30 10K, and of course, I would get bad beat like deep in that every time, and it happened again. I got 19 points. It's ugly for me. What can you do? It's my fault for playing this stupid game anyways. Alright, down to our last table of the night. Then we go to sleep. Start over again whenever. So yeah, I'm stuck in 20th now, and it's kind of a shitty spot for me. Just because I've had a ton of, I guess I didn't have a ton more chips. But I haven't played a hand in a while, and like when I go through these stretches of card deadness, it really kind of gets to me. I know a lot of you guys, if you're watching, you're gonna be bored as hell for the first few minutes. But it gets better, I promise. I promise it'll get way, way better. Let's see what we got. King 5. Nope. It's tempting, but we really have to make sure we play solid and pick our spots. There's no need to take a spot like this with a weak king. I don't know what Mr. John is trying to do right now, but if he's really trying to knit into the money, That is not gonna work, sir. I mean, you're in a short stack. But people are getting out fast. Like, it's 44 left and 30 paid. People are just dropping. I think it was 15 minutes ago, there was literally like 75 left. 20 minutes ago, maybe. Yeah, 20 minutes ago. And now here we are. Sitting deep in this tournament. Hopefully that's to like win up $500 up top. Boring. I wish it was six-handed. Sometimes I could just lag it up. Hopefully we get to like the top 12 and we have a pretty tight table. That's my favorite, honestly. Like 6-max can be hard if you have a table that plays back at you, but if they just are tight and they just don't really like try anything, it's pretty fun. It's really fun, actually. Clay, what are you gonna do? It's like the slowest table on earth. I'm literally just sitting here, just wondering why it's taking so long. And why we can't just be in the money already so people will hurry up and stop feeling like they have to stall. Like Mr. John especially. I think everyone else at the table has actually been good. It's just been slow. See, here's another one. We got 43 left. We're still 13 away. So I'm actually going to be gearing up here for a long bubble. But I don't think it's going to... As fast as it has been going, I don't think it's going to continue at this pace. I'd say by the time we get to break, you're like 38, 37 left. That's honestly what I'm thinking. Ooh, get there. So I would have totally called the flop with those backdoor draws. See, that's what I hate when people are like, oh, well, I pulled 8-7. I shouldn't have done that. Like, would you really called the flop at with 8 high backdoors? Not even backdoors. 8-7 again. Maybe I should play it because it hit a straight last time. Well, that's a bad mentality also. What are the chances it's going to hit a straight 2 times in a row? Right? Play live every once in a while at some 18 plus casinos. And all these dudes are like, if I folded my 8-4 suited, I would have had a full house. Like, okay. Play 8-4 next time and see how that works in the long run, please. Of course, there are times where I will regret it when I'm playing live if I folded like pocket 8s or something in a spot that was kind of like close and I could have called, and it's just kind of like, But like freaking hands like ace-2 off or something, you know, it's just, don't even bother telling me you would have won because we all know that you shouldn't have played it. But if you want to start thinking that way, be my guest. Slowest table ever. 41 left. So it still is going like not fast anymore, but it's still like happening. It's still getting eliminations. We still have 12 minutes to break. I predicted 37 at break, and it looks like they're already on pace to prove me wrong. I think Mr. John just needs to go with his next big hand. He's got to go with this hand. I don't care if you have to do 7 off. If you're 2 big blinds, you're literally not looking at your hand and you're just going with it. And I see people fold it, especially live. All of these older dudes just don't get it. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of old players that are really, really good. I mean, I met one the other day and he plays kind of like me. And he just plays like a lot of, and I play like a lot of tournament regs. I'm not like anything special, but I do stuff that's successful and that works. And a lot of people on this site play the kind of the same way. All right, there you go, Mr. John. Now we have to wait another few rounds of you being hella slow. That sucks. Oh. All right, blinds up. Bucket nines. We're definitely gonna open this. This is like something beautiful to see. If Marty Huggins shows, I call because I haven't marked his fish, and it looks like he's gotten a little bit better since I've marked him as fish, but he's still not that good. Now these two monster stacks, okay, well they busted, or they didn't bust, they folded. They were more what I'm worried about, just because if they flat, it puts me in a very awkward spot with nines. And they're both kind of aggressive. This guy, if he shoves, he's fairly aggressive, so I call. If Mr. John shoves, I fold. Psych, I mean, I call, but I'm more worried about Mr. John shoving than this A1 guy. That's how like tight he's been playing. This session he has a 4V pip. It's ridiculously low. And I think that's the hand he just called off for like his last two bids, so it doesn't really count. Until Griffin might play. Nope. Alright, so we pick up a small pot. Nothing interesting yet. I'm sorry. It's been kind of a boring tournament so far. But if I can get deep in this thing, I mean, I'll really start to ramp things up. Like, I think I play pretty well, like, shorthanded, and I think on this side especially, I've had some like good success. So this is kind of, I kind of want to, if Del Griffin, okay, well, that actually scares me a lot, so I'm just gonna fold. I was gonna say, if Del Griffin starts raising or limping, then I think, oh, you guys weren't there for the limp hand. You literally limped. I just took it down after the flop raise, but I feel like I should be raising his limps more often. I don't have enough hands on any of these guys to like, well, the most I have is like Mr. John and Marty Huggins. And I literally have like 300 hands each on them. So this could be interesting. We got ace-9 suited. Mr. John, if he shoved it, it'll put me in a really weird spot. I don't know if I would call or fold. I may call because I just looked, even though he's like super, super nit, I did look at like what he opened shoves with from like under the gun or like early position, and it was like ace-9, ace-10, so that means surely he's shoving lighter. He's shoving a lot lighter in late position. Okay, so that was an easy steal. I think, as much as I want to see how action plays out in this game to decide like what I do, I think I'm just gonna fold. See, like this guy right here, I think if I get like super connector or something like that, I really think that I could 3-bet him off some hands and pick up some chips. But with a hand like Queen 3 suited, I mean, I gotta feel really good about being able to outplay my opponent post. And I just don't know this guy enough. Like, he'll call, he doesn't fold the C-bets at all. He doesn't even fold, like, he bets turn like crazy. He's pretty aggro, even post. See, a lot of people look at these pre-flop stats and assume tight, aggressive, are loose, or whatever. You know, this person's tight, this person's aggressive. And yeah, I mean, for the most part, it is true. But I have run into players that they're like mid pre-flop, and once it gets post-flop, they're just like bang, bang, bang. They'll bluff. They'll go crazy. And like other same way with some other people. There's a couple guys on here that like play half their hands, but once it gets to post-flop, they just don't show any initiative unless they have it. And it's really important if you ever had to look at those stats and just look at who plays like aggressive post flop. I really think it's like important. All right, so we got an ace. So obviously I'm gonna pump it up. And if I get 3-bet, we're just gonna fold. Now this flat is like really weird. So I do have a 6 of spades. And Marty Huggins is a weird player. And I mean, we can't call. Like, good for you. You just risked that much to win 4K on a board where, like, I could have the ace of spades. I have a lot of kings in my cutoff range. I mean, I just don't think. I think stop and goes are good to an extent, but I just think, like, there. It was kind of a little spewy and a little too good for it. But I guess it worked out. We're down to 37, and Mr. John's still sitting here wasting time, driving me insane. I said 37 would be left at break. We have 4 minutes until break. Let's see if I'm right. I should have bet myself, like, I'll go buy myself something if I was right. And if not, then I have to not, I guess. Pretty bad spender, but all of my income so far this year has come from poker, which I feel blessed about. And it's not like I even play. I'm a college student, so obviously that's not saying much. Just profiting like, I think 5 figures now. Like I probably am in 5-figure territory in terms of profit. Just barely, maybe like 12, 13K, 15K. I mean, I literally just made 1K this past week playing live, and that's like, it's awesome. But obviously, that's not enough. I mean, there's so many more like goals I have for myself, and I mean, obviously playing these micros every day. I mean, it looks like, hey, I'm making 4 figures a month at least every month. Like that's a lot, right? Well, I mean, if I hit this $11 1K every night, or 1.5K, there's 547 up top. The top like 3 get 200 plus. I'll usually top 3 at least once or twice a month, if not more. I'm speaking like bare minimum right now. Okay, so this is getting dicey. Hope Seema has a hand. Whoa, 10 ace. Wow. Cashing play is just gonna run super good, isn't he? I really wanted Seema to win, but I mean that makes it way closer to the money. It's not that cashing plays playing back at me or anything, but he could make my life hell from that position. I'm just telling you right now. To those who play poker, I mean, position is so key. You can literally like ruin someone's tournament just by basically bullying them, picking on them. There are points where that person just has to say no. Sometimes if it gets too obvious, like I literally will just 4-bet shove them or whatever with like some random hand. Because it's like, if you're gonna keep 3-betting me, and I gotta push back eventually, right? There's always some dude that tries to do that too. And sometimes I hate it, other times it can be like a blessing in disguise. I mean, it's tough to tell. Alright, so we're down to 35. 30, like I said, are paid. Min cash is gonna suck in this though. It's gonna be like 16 bucks. But top prize, like I said, top prize is $547, which is just, that's awesome. And I could use that. I mean, I can always use cash, but the more cash I can get, the better. Alright, so we're at breaking, we're at 35 people. Yeah, I'll be back. Just gonna wait it out. I'm gonna go to the bathroom or something. Alright, so here we go again. Let's see how this goes. Not gonna lie, it's been kind of a struggle so far since I've started recording, but I mean, we're still here. We're still not playing bad at all. We're just not getting cards. We're just kind of not getting good spots. On that Candy Crush grind right now. Finally, longest level ever. I'm really tempted to defend this here. I feel kind of nitty if I don't. That's a big raise. And he has been raising from that position a lot. So I just think that now we're definitely going to give it up. Because, like, what are we beating? He folds to 3-bet. He just, like, insta-folded. That's interesting to know. One person today playing in the 10K named Poker Mom who folded every single time to 3-bet, and it was just, like, glorious. And that was who I was deep with. And then I get move tables and get bad beat, of course. And then lose a flip. It was just brutal. What can you do? You know, you just kind of like roll with it. My Candy Crush run ended. I'm just gonna let it go because I know he does not respect me at all. This could be an interesting spot to take. So right now we're below average, but you know, I'm very optimistic about my chances just to get back into this and to make something happen. You know, I think that's important in playing poker. I just think a lot of the times I still struggle with this. Like, I don't think positive enough. And I guess I should be thinking more positive. Okay, so we flopped the ace. And I might end up checking this baby back for pot control. And to just call Marty Huggins down because, alright, well now we gotta bet, I think. Get some value out of him. I just went with a standard half pot. I don't usually just click buttons, but like for some reason half pot just feels right. I don't think he has clubs. He would check. I mean, he wouldn't have checked turn. If he had clubs, I feel like he would have fired. I think he's got some king hands. So I'm actually just gonna make a thin value bet for third pot and try to get paid by a king. Like so. And that way, if I was wrong, I wasn't risking much. It's something I kind of like to do against these weaker type plays. And now we got pocket eights, so now getting some hands to work with for sure. And I really don't know anything about this guy, but he's played half the hand since he sat down, which isn't saying much. So I'm actually just gonna flatten position. And Hopefully we just flop an 8 and life is easy. But in the event we do not, we're just going to have to outplay and post. Somehow. Or, I mean, we don't have to. We can just fold. Just make the right decision, I should say. I had a feeling Marty was going to do that. And of course, I'm going to call probably. And there's a part of me that says isolate. If Cassie isolates, I think we can just dump it, as much as I hate to. Okay, well, that actually saved us money. Saved us a lot of money. Thank you, Cassie Gore. Thank you very much. And now I'm really gonna. Well, no, I just realized we would have won a huge side pot. But still, I think the fold is a good fold. I just don't see the reason to get involved there, other than what I did. Like, we got involved, obviously, like, to call, which I think is fine. And we're 2 away from the money. And once we get in, which hopefully will be soon, then things just kind of go fast, and hopefully we get paid on a couple of big hands. But we still have 27 bigs, no rush. At this stage of the tournament, 27 bigs isn't bad. I'm rooting for a king or an ace, obviously. And I think there it is. And now we're on the stone. Hopefully we can just get past the stone. And Capiche would be happy. We had a big raise from Seema here, and I think I don't really like the size that much, but I probably will do what he wants to accomplish, which is just to get everyone to fold. King 9. We're playing 6-handed with Goblin out. I'm actually gonna attempt to get a little tricky here. To raise under the gun and hopefully just take down the blinds and antes. And I think these guys will respect it. There we go. It's all about picking spots, like I said. And we're on the bubble too, so I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna get too out of line unless they can afford to, which obviously a lot of these guys can at my table. But looks like they respected me, which I appreciate. It's always nice to get some respect. I'm just gonna fold this. I don't see any point in defending. Sure, it's suited or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's just queen deuce. Someone needs to break the stone. We get a link from Marty Huggins. I mean, I don't know what his linking might be, but I know he's probably done it before. If I ever mark his fish. So anyways, we got 7-6 off. I mean, we can pull up some decent equity with it. Like little connectors. Fortunately, this guy has to ruin it. And I think Marty's got to be very careful. I honestly don't think you should be just like calling that 25% of the stack. And I mean, it's obvious that caching clay does not want to call. Okay, I was wrong. Caching clay just owned me. And we're in the money. Thankfully. But now I'm going to try and actually make a run at this. It's just random. They have a new payout structure. It's 30 paid. And, you know, it's kind of tough for Marty to get away from that. I will give him that. So now we're actually going to play. I want to control some pots. Del Griffin's been very tight, but he raises a lot from cutoff, I guess. And I'm in position. I can definitely try my best to outplay him. And I got the Jack 9 suited. It's magic. Okay, I do not like that. But like, what do we do? Do we just check behind? Do we bet? See, now I like the light 3 bet, but now I just don't like the spot I put this. And I don't like this spot at all, but I'm gonna see that. Hopefully they have like king queen or something, and just some random hand and they just fold. We get a fold from him. And he shoves and we gotta fold. And it's fucking frustrating because like the one hand I decided to like finally 3 bet. Just terrible for me. And he obviously has someone. I mean, he's not doing that with air. It just sucks because I mean we gotta make moves. We can't just be sitting here. And I had a good hand to 3 bet. That's one of those 3 bet or fold hands in my opinion. I think c-betting that board direct the ace, I think it's fine. If we think that they never have the ace, which I guess, I mean, they do kind of. I shouldn't say, I don't know. I can easily rep it. It's no big deal. Whoa. It was kind of crazy what just happened there. It's kind of a blow up here. So let me see, 29th gets $19.71. And everything, 21st through 30th, and then 11th through 20th, it's like only a $2 difference. So all the real money is at the final table. Which again is fine, it's just weird. It's been a rough tournament since I've started recording. It's been really rough. When 3 bet doesn't get through, we gotta see that the ace. That was just that leaves a sour taste in my mouth. But I am still optimistic that I can turn this around. Just pick a plus EV spot to get it in now. It's not a plus EV spot. I may not even pick a plus EV spot. I may just like try and re-steal. Because Cassie Gore has been playing pretty aggressive. So much 3x. I don't get it. I guess that's how it was back in the day. I just don't understand. There were times where I would 3x with, I mean, when I was trying to steal and stuff, but I think min raising is fine. I think 2.5x seems kind of cool. Like sometimes I'll do it. I don't know. I get in these like weird moods where I'll just like open different sizes just to like mess around. I mean, what are we supposed to do? We shove 6'4" suited. We could. It's getting tiring. It's pretty late here. And I think this is such a dirty board. But I think he should be barreling. It's now. Wow. I think Cassidor wants to check too. I think he should be shoving, honestly. And it's just too great of a spot not to shove. Now you put yourself in this weird spot. I don't know, man. I don't like it. Go fold. Let me take the blind. I might if he tries. I'm really tempted. I'm gonna go for it. Oh my gosh, he's back. Now he's gonna call. And I'm gonna get destroyed. Is he 3? See, why does this happen? Now I have to get lucky. It was all because I thought he was inactive and I thought he was just doing it. And I guess he wasn't. He's got pocket 9, but I have to be 4 suited. Good game, me. I don't even know what to do. Alright, that's enough for me. I don't know if I'm gonna jump in anything else or anything else to jump into. They're cheapies. $20 on demand. Oh, what? I just saw it. I want to play a $20 on demand thing, but I shouldn't be. I play for a Sunday special seat. Let's play for a Sunday special seat. But I'm gonna end the stream because that's kind of boring for you guys. So peace.